Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully complete our edit portions, right? So right now, I want to update it that all that our this group by data. That means there is a monthly fee, all that group by data I want to visible, all that our registration fee, all that group data I want to visible. So if you want to do that work, that is our delete. So I want to change it. That is delete will be just like same I did a lot of the time. That is your task. Okay, so make complete the delete portion. So if you go to our view, so to the view area, there is a delete. So right now I want to change it. I make it as a details. Okay, that is will be as a details, and here there is a suite alert for the ID. We don't need this. I remove the suite alert ID. So first of all, I have to create one of the route. So better I copy it, I paste it. So that will be fee amount. I make it as a not the edit. It will be as a detail. Okay, that will be the details, and also we have to details it with a specific this ID. That means our category fee category ID, right? Because I want to get all that our group by data. That means if you go to our database, so all the three data, that means the three fee category ID related all the data I want to visible. I want to get all that our fee category 2 ID data. So this type of all the things, for the reasons our ID will be as a fee category ID. Perfect, that will be details. Now go to our web route. That is edit, we don't need this. That is our fee. That is our we needed add, I remove it. Okay, so that is our route. Now go to our web route. Into the web route I want to create another get method. I paste it, so it will be as a fee amount detail. Okay, details. So this type of one of the things, and then that will be as a fee amount details. Maybe yeah, there is a fee amount details, and also they have the ID. So fee amount and then details, and that is our ID is the same ID. So here I am using that as a fee category ID, right? So that will be the same. And now in our fee category amount, that means the fee amount controller, I want to create another method as a detail. Okay, details TILS details fee amount. So this type of the method I want to create in our fee amount controller. Now go to our fee amount controller. After this I want to create new one as a public, and then function, and then our method name, right? And into this method there will be one of the ID as a free category ID. So now I select, and here I pass that our this requested ID. And now I want to get all that our data. So it should be just like our, maybe I get this data. You can see there is order by. So this type of one of the things in our edit, into the edit form I did that work. So better I copy it. I copy total things, and now I paste it. Okay, I paste it. So I take one of the, I think you already know at that point that is a data. I take one of the variable as a right now I want to change it. I make it as a detail. Okay, details data. So details data in our free category amount, where our ID will be, that means our this free category amount table, that is our free category amount table, this ID will be matched with our requested ID. So that is our requested ID. When it will be matched, I get that order by all the data. So order by with our class ID, and then the ascending order, and I get all the data, right? So after that I want to pass this data. I want to pass it to the return one of the view page. So friend, if you understand that actually code things, how much easy it is, you can see everything actually is step by step process you have to flow. That means the setup, maybe that is our folder name is the setup folder into the free amount. So set up into the setup folder, into the free amount, into the free amount folder. I want to create one of the page as a detail. Okay, details underscore fee underscore amount. So this type of one of the page I want to create, and also here I get all that our data. So I want to pass this data. Okay, so simply I pass this data. Perfect. Right now we can actually access all the data and visible it in our details. That means the details of fee amount. So better I want to create it, click as a new file, save as, that will be as a this one as a blade.php, and that will be one of the view list page, right? So that is our view list page but I copy everything from here. There is a view fee amount. I copy it, sorry, I copy it, and now in our edit, that means the details fee, here I paste it. Okay, so I simply paste it. So it will be not that student fee list, it will be as a fee amount details. Okay, fee amount and then the details. So that will be the fee amount details, and from here you can add that as a add a new form. That perfectly okay. And there is a serial number. I also want to visible that class, all that class name, right? Because I have already get all the data that is ordered by you, the class ID. That means this class ID, all that data I want to take. So here also is display as a class all that ID, right? So I have to also create another relation with our class table. That means if you go to our class table, that is our student class, right? So into this student class, that means it will be matched. That means this table category amount table, it will be matched with our this category ID will be matched with our this student class table, this ID, then this one data, all that name I want to take. Okay, so here also you have to create that relationship. I think you already know how to create that relationship with using that eloquent ORM. So that is our page. So that will be as a free category, not the category. Here I name it as our class, class name, and then I want to visible that amount. Okay, that will be displayed the amount. Perfect. And then that is our for loop. So I have already get all the data, pass the things with this variable as a details data. So now here I have also passed it in our details fee amount page. So that is our details fee amount page. So that is our for loop. So to the for each, here I paste it. Okay, I paste it as key and I name it as a detail. Okay, details or detail. So now with this detail I want to visible all the data. Okay, that means there is a serial number and there is a class num. So if you right now use it as a details, then it will be display only that ID, right? And that is our amount. Here there is all that our two of this button, right? So right now we don't need this button. Here only I want to visible our amount. That means with this detail I want to visible our field name. So that will be the dollar. With this detail I want to display our this field name as an amount. So that will be as an amount. Okay, that will be as an amount. And here if you want to display, I show you, if you actually do that work like that way, there is a details. Into the details, if you want to display that class ID, I make it as a class underscore ID. So now if you click as a save all, now if you go this page, click as a refresh, now you can see there is a cloud details. So better details, how to make changes into the view actually, right? So that is our fee view. Here I want to make it as a primary. Okay, I make it as a BTN primary. Click as a save all. Now click as a refresh. Yeah, now you can see better. So if you click as a details, yes, you can see it's now showing as a class ID as a 1 and the 2, and also you can see it's now perfectly getting all that our group by amount data. That means right now it's showing as a 300 and the 600. So I don't want to actually display this there is a clever data table. I want to remove this data table. So that is in our details page. Into the details page, that is our table. In the ID, I don't need this ID. Okay, that is actually our data table ID. Click the save all. Now if you go refresh it, yeah, our data table is totally gone. So here I don't want to display this name. I want to display our this student class this name, right? So if you want to display it, as I told you, that means this table will be belongs to our this table, and then I want to get this data. So it's pretty much simple concept. We already did that work. If you go to our model, so right now we are using this model, right? So that is our free category amount model. So into the free category amount model, you can see before I have already created that relationship. So now I want to create another one. And I just name it as a student underscore class. So this type of one of the method, and this, that means this our fee category amount will be that this will be belongs to with our another table. So that is our another table as a student class. And so for the student class I have also created another model. So our this model maybe I have already loaded on here, that will be as a student class, right? So now I copy it. So it will be belongs to with our student class, and into the student class area, that means in our free category amount, into the free category amount here, that is our field name as a class ID. This class ID will be matched with our this table, this ID. Pretty much simple things. So that will be as a class underscore ID will be matched with our student table ID. When it will be matched, then it will be get this data. So now that is our method name as a student class. So we have to now display it in our details. So here I want to do and to visible it. So that will be with these details. With these details, we have to pass that our array. So I get to take this variable. I have created this method or method name as a student class. So that will be as a student class. So now with this student class, I want to visible our field name, our database field name as a name, right? So that will be actually our this name. That means this table, this name I want to visible. So it will be as a name. Perfect. So that's all you have to do. Okay, so that's all. Now I want to do and to actually check it. So now if you click as a save all, okay, I click as a save all, and now refresh it. Yes, you can see it's now perfectly display our name, that is a class 1 and the class 2. If you go there, and that is our exam fee, click as a edit, sorry, not the edit, we have to update it as a details. Yeah, you can see it's now perfectly visible all that our class 1 and the class 2, and also it's now visible that amount, right? And also I want to use one of the theme, our theme, one of the, they have the class for the header. That is actually our head. So into the head area I want to use one of the class, there is a light, there is a t-head light, okay, t-head and then light. So then it should be better. Now click as a save all, and now refresh it. Yeah, it's now pretty better, right? So that is actually the one of the class, that is a t-head, that is a head light. So that is actually our this theme class. Okay, that is most common, that this theme class that have one of the table class as a this one. So I'm using it. So friend, if you want to also visible that which category, that means which fee category is now visible, you can also do that work very dynamically. Because of all, I have already created that relation, I have already created that another relation as a this one, right, as a fee category. So I want to display that fee category name. So better in our this div, okay, that means the box. So that is actually our table. So after this, okay, after this I want to take one of the h4 tag. I show you h4 tag, and in the h4 tag area I want to make it one of the strong. Strong will be as a fee category, and fee category will be our this relationship. So here I have to display it. So I get all that our data, from here. I get all the data to our details page as a details data, right? So with this details data I want to visible it. So with this details data, first of all I want to show our 0 index, and then I have also created one of the relation or method name as a fee category method. I use that as a fee category method into the single quote. Okay, so make that sure everything will be as a single quote. And then also after that I want to display that our fee category name, that means field name is also as a name. So I name it as a name. So right now our this part will be also as a dynamic. Now if you click as a save all, and now go there, click as a refresh. Yeah, you can see it's now showing as the exam fee. That means right now we are into the exam fee, right? So better after this I paid on the space. That means that is actually our details. I get that 0 index, and then our 0 index our there is a fee category, and with this fee category method I have already created that relation that will be belongs to with our fee category, and here I get this name, right? When it will be match, then I get this name. So for the reasons I display this method and then our name. So everything is now perfectly working. And now if you go another one, so that is our exam fee. If you go to that registration fee, click as the details. That is our registration fee. You can see it's now perfectly visible registration fee. If you go to our monthly fee, so into the monthly fee is also perfectly getting all that as a monthly fee. Okay, so right now, friend, here you can actually add that multiple add data. That means multiple add data. So right now I'm actually using only the class 1 or class 2. You can see I have actually inserted it 2 times for the reasons actually is visible, but I close 2 of this. There is a class 1 that will be as a class 2, and that will be another one as a class 3, and for the class 3 I put that amount as a this one. For our monthly fee, click as a now update. Yeah, you can see data is now updated. So if you go to that monthly fee details page, perfect, there is a class 1 this amount, class 2 this amount, and class 3 as is this amount, right? So friend, everything is now perfectly working. I hope you enjoyed very much. That means here right now we are successfully complete our this portion. That means the fee category and then category amount. So in our next video I want to work for our this exam type. So that is also will be also another part. So how can working with this in our next video, I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.